Welcome to the Monkees podcast. I know I didn't startle Jay Frosting that time because it looked real fake. My name is Tekurah McCullough, and our co-host for the second episode in a row is Mr. Jay Frosting.
Hello again.
Hello.
I came back a month later.
Whew.
And I know you've recorded so many people in between.
I know. It's great to see you again, though.
The weather's so much cooler now.
Oh, it's so chilly. I can't believe it snowed.
I get to wear sweaters.
Oh, the fun. Okay, so
This is all lies.
Lies. We lie. It's Hollywood, baby. All right. So
artists use lies to tell the truth.
Oh, good.
That's what I tell myself every time I need to Frankenbite someone.
What?
Oh, Frankenbite. They do it a lot on reality shows where you hear, like, have you ever watched Top Chef?
I've never heard that phrase before, but now
You're assembling parts to make a whole person/sentence.
Right.
Because the person didn't actually say that thing, but it's true. And then it's what happened, but you need them to say it.
Right.
Because you don't have a narrator.
Right.
So Frankenbite.
As opposed, do they do that in all shows, do you think?
I have.
Because I've seen some really bad acting on some reality shows where I feel like they couldn't. They're just like, just make them say it,
Right.
And they're like, I am awkwardly asking you what's happening. I've seen that on some shows.
Some are better than others.
Yeah.
I try to make them as smooth as I can.
Okay. Well, thank you for that.
And in the previous episode, we were talking about this private documentary that I made.
Yes.
There is...
hold on. Let me think back.
I know it was a month ago.
I remember now.
There's a sentence that we made a man say because in reality, he said it wrong multiple different ways. So there are 10 edits in one sentence. And I'm like, this sucks. This is terrible. And people are like, well, the audience is 12 people. So who are you hurting? So I had some people come by and like, how many edits do you hear in this? And they're like, 7. I'm like, all right, good.
Wow.
And then I did better than I thought.
Oh, wow. That's amazing.
Yeah.
You sound like you felt a little bad about it.
I wish he had said the truth when they interviewed him.
Okay.
He got his facts wrong. Oh, well.
Oh, well.
But we needed him to tell the story.
All right. Speaking of stories.
Yes.
Episode 6, Success Story. Oh, wow. It's even called Story. Success Story. This was 10/17/66. Directed by James Frawley. Written by Gerald Gardner, Dee Caruso, and Bernie Orenstein. Produced by Robert Rafelson and Bert Schneider. Associate producer, Ward Sylvester. A Raybert production.
These names sound familiar.
Yeah. I think James Frawley is one of the original directors. I think he's the one that kind of taught them improv, I think.
Oh, cool.
I think he taught them improv. Raybert Production, that's the production company that came up with the show. Rob Rafelson and Bert Schneider. One of them's dad was running the network.
Okay.
I think, or a high up at the network.
Wait, what? Oh, this is on NBC.
Yeah, NBC. So one of them, and
what would our production company be?
What?
If we had one, would it be Frostech?
No, I already have my own. I already have my name.
Oh, but if you and I had one.
Oh, yeah. Okay, fine.
I mean, you can talk about you in a minute.
Oh, look, there are the names.
McJay?
No, wait, what was the first one you said? Frostech, yeah.
That's not bad.
Yeah, that sounds like a Silicon Valley company.
Yeah, some cyberpunk wartime blue neon.
Yes. Frostech.
Forever nighttime street company.
Get in on it. All right.
Or it's a drug.
No, I don't want to.
Tech War was a show about a drug.
Yes, I know.
You do? Why do you know about? Because
my name is in it.
People
Tech
want
War.
to tell you about it, right?
Yeah,
right,
Tech
right,
War.
Right.
That's the only thing that ever comes close to my name.
Sorry.
All right. My production company is called Miawaga.
Oh, why?
Making it up as we go along.
That's wonderful.
Yes, I came up with that in college. I might have come up with it in high school, and then I got to use it in college when I did a little college production of Godspell.
That's some good SEO there.
SEO?
Search engine optimization.
Oh, God. You and words.
What? I've had a number of jobs.
I guess. Dang. All right. So going on. What is the plot of this, you ask? In an effort to impress Davy's visiting grandfather, Ben Wright, the Monkees conspire to make Jones look like a star. Production notes. Success Story was filmed in August 1966.
Okay.
Look out for a cameo from veteran comedian Charlie Callis as the irate ice cream man.
I will.
Do you remember? Well, not remember because it's not really part of our... Well, I guess it is. Do you remember who Charlie Callis is?
I feel like he sounds like...
I think he's he's a funny voice comedian, isn't he? He's a wacky, funny voice comedian.
Has somebody seen my hat?
You know what?
I need to find my hat.
Do Do you remember a month?
That's actually Joel Grey from the TV show Voyager, but I think he was doing a Charlie Callis
Was
thing.
he?
Yeah.
I think Paul Reiser actually was talking about Charlie Callis on Never Not Funny.
Remember from a month ago?
We
talked
remember
about
that, everybody? All right, let's watch Success Story.
Roll it.
We're back from Success Story.
That was exhausting.
Was it? There was a lot.
I feel like I listen, I don't exercise a lot.
Yeah.
But I feel like I just went for a 2-mile walk.
Really? So all the twists and turns.
No, it was the people running around
Oh,
in a very small
there
space.
was a lot of running around in this episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was. There certainly was. All right, so we started off with a freeze frame of Mr. Schneider, the dummy that they have. Mr. Schneider, probably named after the
Fred.
was it director or
No.
dude. What is it? Who's
Bert.
Schneider? Yeah, Bert. Oh, good job, Bert. Yeah.
Wow. I don't know why I
You
knew that.
remembered that. One of the producers, Bert, said, it was Mr. Schneider, who used to scare me as a child.
Oh, yeah.
Terrifying.
The just proportions on Mr. Schneider's face are all wrong.
Yes, this is not good.
His cheeks are wider than his eyes.
Are they? Oh, no.
Twice, like they jut out past his ears.
They do.
Is what I'm trying to say.
I think he's lost. I don't think anybody knows what happened to that,
Oh, no.
that prop. Yeah, Mr. Schneider is lost. It's kind of sad.
But only kind of.
Only kind of. Yeah, he's probably not in good condition now, wherever he is. So they're playing cards with Mr. Schneider, and I'm sure there was a joke of some sort, but for some reason, I couldn't understand what Davy was saying, which is weird.
Sometimes there's a motorcycle driving by.
Oh, okay.
But I was thinking, no, that's probably what happened on set.
The
'Cause
motorcycle was
yeah,
driving
that's
by,
probably-
and Davy's line got lost.
Yeah.
All right.
It's all about frequencies.
A messenger comes with a message for David Jones. Typical Monkees hijinks, like, I'm David Jones, he's David Jones, woo-ha, woo-ha. Poor messenger.
Right.
Just can't do his job. He just wants to deliver this message and get
Do you
paid.
remember there ever being a thing where something would be delivered and you would have to pay for it on delivery?
Cash on delivery,
Yeah.
COD.
But mostly I remember that being a no COD.
Oh, you're right.
They would put at the end on the blue screen of payment.
Yeah, I don't remember that ever happening.
No, me neither. This was just a guy with a message.
Yeah. Yeah, cheap Davy. Well, because he thought he was rich. Davy's grandfather thinks Davy's rich. That's why he's like, oh, Davy will pay for the message.
Right.
All right. So.
In that case, it's very clever writing.
No, yeah. I'm sure they were on it. I don't remember the writers' names. Anyway, was it D. Crusoe on this one? I think it was. So Davy has lied to his grandfather.
Who is his guardian?
They tell Mr. Schneider, they tell the messenger that Mr. Schneider's going to pay him because everybody in the Monkees universe is stupid and thinks that Mr. Schneider is a real person.
That's wild.
In the kidnapping episode, they tied up Mr. Schneider thinking he was a real person. So, so that's the problem. That's our complication. Oh no, Davy's grandfather thinks he's rich and he's coming like in 2 hours or something. Like, what was it? He's later
Soon.
that afternoon.
It was very soon.
Yeah. He's flying in. And then we have some sad music, sad Monkees music. And they're out on the gorgeous.
This is episode 6 of season 1.
Yes.
And they're already raising the stakes to the level of, oh no, the band has to break up.
Yes. The band that has had no success.
That's wild.
is going to break up.
It made me think of the Flight of the Conchords, who did it as a gag several times. So like I quit the band. Like, all right, we'll see you at home. Bring some milk. I think each of them quit the band at least twice through these 2 seasons of that show.
Nice. I haven't seen it. I know.
Oh, it's good.
I know. I always get flack for that. I'm sorry.
I'm not flacking you.
Oh, thank you. You're the first one. During this scene where they're trying to figure out what to do for Davy, Peter is standing behind them all with his leg up on like a railing or something, and it's just Peter's thigh is just in the background. I find it very distracting. Don't know if you noticed.
No.
No, okay.
Doesn't get distracted by any thighs.
Yeah, Peter's thigh. Just like, those short shorts that there's a lot of thigh in that scene.
Did we explain clearly enough that Davy's guardian was under the misapprehension that Davy was rich, and because Davy's not rich, he'll have to go back home to England?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Things will go terribly. They must convince Davy's grandfather that he is rich. So a stealing montage happens. Well, not really a montage. A series of scenes of people stealing things. Mickey goes out to con a man out of his Rolls Royce. He puts pigeons in the under the hood somehow.
Yeah, that was a good practical effect.
Yes.
Like, you got to keep your car in tip-top shape. Oh, it's a very good condition. He opens the roof and 2 birds fly out.
So I imagine Mickey catching birds,
Right?
running
Put those
around,
birds in there.
and then like forcing them under the hood. So that's how. Yeah. So he drives that man's car. Let's see. Next is Mike at an Italian restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
He is an expert chef. You won't believe the spaghetti I make.
And he's just there to steal the chef's coat.
Yeah. Because he
And hat.
and hat. Yeah.
You can't, because the hats are proprietary. You can't just
True.
buy.
Yeah. That's
the
hard.
coat you can buy,
Coat,
but
yeah,
the
white
hat you
coat.
have to earn.
Mm-hmm. So the chef chases him out. Oh, you said that you were a good cook.
I
Yeah.
didn't say that.
I just said you wouldn't believe the spaghetti I make. What? Oh, I think he literally does a take to the camera. I think Mike does at that
And then,
point.
you know what? That's a joke format I still use. I choose my words carefully so that I can do that 2 hours later.
Nice. After you steal a man's hat. All right, and then we have Mr. Charlie Callis as the irate ice cream man.
Yeah. And we turned out he's more of an eye and eyebrows comedian than he is a voice
I
comedian.
still think he's a funny voice comedian.
He probably is.
And but he doesn't do it this episode. He just gets to be irate.
Mm.
For some reason, Peter does not talk
Yeah, that is.
when requesting the.
I wonder why.
Do you want an eye? Do you want this? Peter's just shaking his head no. What do you want? The shirt off my back? He nods. Peter, use your words.
And then he agrees to it and becomes an immediate success.
Yes, and then afterwards,
Everybody real thirsty for Charlie Callis ice cream, as
Like,
long as he's topless.
ooh, shirtless man selling ice cream. Don't mind if I do. And everybody runs over. It's so weird.
Well, I mean, the only way to find out if it's weird is to try it.
But the face that Charlie Callis makes when
Yeah.
he loses,
Mrr?
it's like it's a Jimmy Pardo face. Is what he looks like to me. Oh, just a straight line, sad mouth. It's so. It
It would have been a good place for a slide whistle if there ever was one.
Boop. And is that it? 3? That's it.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. So, and then my notes got weird. I have Dylan's chauffeur. Oh, that's right. They're picking him up in the airport.
Mm.
And Dylan's is the chauffeur putting stuff in the car with this weird chauffeur. Yes, sir. This weird chauffeur voice. And Mike, their plan is to run up in different costumes and pretend to be starstruck
Right.
by Davy's presence and ask for autographs and whatnot. And Mike goes up, asks for an autograph, and then says, "Peter's next." And then Peter comes up, takes a picture, and then Peter says that Mike's next, I guess. Yeah. It has to be Mike.
Mike's coming back in a different costume.
Right, thank you. And then, oh no, lady, it's a lady. I did kind of think this was kind of funny because it still happens.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, look, everybody keeps walking up to that guy. He must be famous. Let's get his autograph.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard a story, a different podcast host was telling the story about how many years ago she wanted to get her picture on the wall of this restaurant that she used to go to.
Uh-huh.
There's a lot of famous people put their pictures on the walls. So she had her friends come in while she was there and say, "Hey, aren't you're going to be in Superbad too?"
Wow.
She's like, "Yeah, we're filming Superbad too." And they're like, "Wow, cool. You're going to be in Superbad too. Can we put your picture on the wall?" She's like, "Oh, I guess." And she went, she got a 8x10 and signed it. And it's still there as far as we know.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's the host of the Daily Beans podcast.
Daily Beans podcast.
Yeah. They laugh about the news as much as one can.
Yeah.
Yeah. From the same
Yelling
people
about
that made
fascism.
Mueller, She Wrote. Yeah.
Say people that made what? I'm sorry.
Mueller, She Wrote?
What is the first word?
Mueller.
Mueller.
Like
thank
Bob
you.
Mueller.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. Where were we? I got lost.
Since you're lost, when we cut to Davy's grandfather over in England, he's talking to his clone.
Oh, I think he's at the airport. Yeah. It's just 2 old men in hats.
And then when Mickey goes to get the Rolls Royce, there's a third clone.
Oh, there is.
He looks the same as the other 2 guys.
Central casting.
Yeah.
You know what it was? They just said, "Well, we want you to play the grandfather, but you 2 guys come on too.
Yes.
You're good." He'll
That's
just
a
be
great
extras
explanation.
in the same scene with the grandfather. Yeah. Oh, then the poor lady. Okay, so the lady comes up, and it's kind of funny because Davy's like, "Oh, Mike, you look great. This is crazy. Wow, you look so much like a woman." I don't know.
Oh, yeah. He starts pulling on her.
Pulling on her
He's
hair.
actually assaulting her, but he's very impressed with the quality of the disguise.
Yes, and her acting. She has some funny lines back. And then when Mike does come up, the little, I don't know, what do you call that when they like put the little words up there? Is
Yeah,
it
just text on the screen or graphic something.
The graphic says that lady was a lady, and then I was sad. I was like, Well, she does look like a what you thought it was an ugly. Are they saying she's ugly? I don't understand.
No. He was just surprised. Like that was yeah.
See,
it could have just said that was a real lady.
Yeah, that lady was a lady. I feel like that went into the ugly ladies aren't real women joke, which
I'll take your word for it.
It hurts me deeply.
I'm sorry.
I'm oversensitive to that sort of thing. So
maybe you're just sensitive.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, that made me sad. I wrote in my notes, lady, sad face. And then I guess, I don't know. And then they get in the car. I do enjoy Davy hitting Dolan's through the window. I don't know if you caught that. After they put the grandpa and everybody in the car, Dolan's is still just standing there outside of the car.
Oh.
Like not doing anything. And then you see Davy's hand just like hit him. He's like, oh, let me get in the car and drive away.
I forgot that.
And then it's dinner time at the beach house.
So they go through all this trouble of making David look successful, and they bring him into dinner, and the tablecloth is not ironed.
Oh, what?
It's got all these very stark folds in it.
Oh no, I didn't notice.
I'm going to pretend that was part of the joke.
Okay, because I totally did not notice.
But probably wasn't. I also noticed that in the opening credits of The Chef's Table, which is a show about very fancy food.
Oh.
But they went and filmed all this B-roll of people setting a very fancy table, and they forgot to iron the tablecloth, and it just looks terrible.
Oh, boo.
Yeah. They fixed that in season 2.
Oh, good.
And I assume the rest of them. I tweeted about it. They're probably following me.
That was you. Thank you. Thank you for your service.
You're welcome.
So they set up this dinner. Davy tests them before they pick them up.
Tell me your job. Tell me your job.
And Mike's mispronouncing of fancy foods is delightful.
Fishy
swaz.
Fishy toots.
And then when he's serving the dinner, it's saying merci senor. And
reminded me of a scene in Three's Company when Mr. Furley is trying to impress a lady on a date.
Yeah.
And, I guess I'll have the soup douger.
Soup douger. I think this is a recurring thing that Mike can't do accents. I seem to believe that just becomes a thing that Mike cannot pronounce words and do foreign accents in words. Anyway. And oh no, there's not enough food for Davy. They can only afford one meal, so Davy is forced to sit there with rubber meatballs and things.
I don't want to be too critical of the show because obviously they meant for it to be dumb, but rubber meatballs got to be more expensive than meatballs.
Yeah, I know. That always bothered me. I'm like, you couldn't afford food, so you bought fake food?
What else was on the plate, I wonder?
I don't know. There's some kind of like eggy looking
It was not
thing.
a fancy meal.
No.
Either way.
And then he reaches for the he asks, see, here's your mistake. You don't ask Peter a question because Peter's dumb, everybody.
Yeah.
He asks Peter, is the fruit rubber? No, it's plastic. Oh no, Davy tried to take a bite out of it.
And then they did that weird reverse trick.
Yeah, then they reversed the film again.
So he dropped the apple out of his mouth.
Mm-hmm.
And then
there was some
Peter said something else.
Wacky sound effects.
They filmed the apple flying back up into his mouth. For no good reason.
Nope, none at all.
Except maybe that the episode was a minute short, but you'll get to that later.
Oh, maybe. And then, the neighbor girl, who I like. I enjoy her. I wish she came back on other episodes.
Well, here's, let me tease you with this.
Yeah.
There's a character very much like that in Flight of the Conchords.
Oh, yeah.
Played by who's the lady who hosts Hot Tub with Kurt Braunohler? Comedy nerd.
Kristen Shaw.
Yes. She's on Flight of the Conchords and she plays, she's not a neighbor, but she's obsessed with the band.
Okay.
And is always trying to sleep with them. And just be their best friend.
Right.
And they have a similar mouth.
Yeah, I could see that.
She and the lady from this episode.
Davey, I just came to get some hot dogs. And she goes over to borrow some hot dogs. Have you ever gone over to a neighbor's house to get some food?
There's the proverbial cup of sugar.
Yeah.
And I remember being sent by my mom to neighbors for things. I don't know if it was a cup of sugar specifically. It was never hot dogs.
Yeah, hot dogs. That seems really presumptuous. Just come over and grab some hot dogs.
Especially, if you're, I don't know what her home life is, but I assume that she was a single lady in the big bad city. But so 4 guys got to have more food.
That's true. That makes sense. Smart lady.
Mm-hmm.
Did she have a name? I don't think she had a name.
And if she doesn't come back yet, I
don't think she comes back.
That's
Sorry.
so sad.
I know. I really like her.
She seemed like a recurring character.
Yeah, the way she just comes in. Hi, guys. I love her.
Came in just like Kramer.
Hi, Davy. And then who comes back is the messenger. The messenger comes back wanting his $1.80,
which is
or
odd
something.
because he did get paid in a previous
No,
scene.
because here's the thing. I don't think he did get paid because Mickey tricks him out of his clothes. I think Mickey pulls that $1.80 out of the messenger's own jacket
Okay.
and gives it to him.
Oh, wow.
That's what I think
I
happened.
missed that sleight of hand.
Mickey's tricky Mickey. So he comes in and Davy says that he's like a mad nudist or something.
Trying to start a nudist colony.
And then all the guys they stole from, all the men come back demanding their car, clothes, hat.
It is funny that one person trying to start a nudist colony is a crime.
Something to think about, ladies and gentlemen.
Especially gentlemen.
Yeah. So it's a madhouse in the beach house with all these people and they're lying and running around in circles.
Cut to chaos.
Yeah, Charlie Callis wheels his ice cream bike into the apartment somehow.
That's
or
quite a
the
feat.
beach house. Yeah. Is that the same popsicle cart that Honeywell
sure.
was on?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, it had to have been. I just realized, popsicle cart. And then one guy gets really mean to Davy, like really mean, and is like, "I'm gonna sue you. You're underage, but I'll find your guardian and I'll sue him."
Mm-hmm.
What are you gonna sue for, sir? What is the lawsuit?
Yeah, I don't remember which guy it was.
Is it the car guy? Somebody drove off in your car?
That is Grand Theft Auto.
But you don't have to sue for that.
Oh, good point.
Do you?
You just go to
call
the police.
cops.
Yeah, right.
Anyway, and then the grandpa gets mad. I am his guardian. And then the man turns his wheels on grandpa and starts yelling at him. Very rude. Very rude.
The tensions were high.
Yeah, it was upsetting. I
was very tense myself.
Yes, it's a very upsetting scene. Then grandpa yells at everybody to shut up. I am the boy's guardian. And I don't remember.
British clone number 3. That's me.
He says some stuff. And do you know accents? Because his accent is very particular. That is a specific accent.
It's posh.
Okay, because it sounds like some other area. I don't know accents.
I don't know the names of them.
I don't either, but it sounds like, swear, sometimes I'm like, are you sure you're not like Irish or something? I don't know. It seems like it just veered into other regions.
I wonder, they should have, I'm sure if they had a bigger budget, they would have gotten somebody from the same place where Davy Jones grew up.
Manchester. That's where he's from.
Oh, okay.
He's a Manchester cowboy. He used to be a jockey.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's why they keep showing him on horses.
I'm skipping ahead. I'm not going to skip ahead.
Oh, okay. All right. That's fine.
Remind me later. Just give me the secret signal to talk about money.
Oh, money. Okay. Mad Grandpa is what I wrote down. So he's going to take, the lights get shut off. And
yeah.
he asks, is there any more bills you haven't paid? No. Ka-chonk. Lights go off.
I like that timing.
Yeah, that's good. So he's going to take Davy back home. Obviously, you've messed up, Davy. You're terrible. And
you're not a millionaire, therefore.
Well, you lied. He lied to his grandpa.
He's
too old for that.
Yeah,
okay. 20? You don't lie. He's not. Well, I guess he is just out of being a teenager, I guess. What?
I'm trying to remember what I might have lied to my parents about when I was in college.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, that's different than being on your own.
Yeah, I didn't lie about my grades or nothing. You're going to find that out.
I mean, I guess it was a lie anytime I was a young professional trying to not become homeless and my parents said, how's it going? And I said, good.
Yeah, but you didn't say you had a chauffeur. And
that's true, for sure.
You weren't like, I'm a huge star.
It wasn't a third degree lie.
Yeah. So then there's more sad music. Mike kind of tells off Grandpa.
Sure he does.
Yeah.
Good for Mike.
Yeah, you're doing this for you.
Although it was very low-key. He's like, you know what, man?
Yeah, he wasn't really aggressive because he's respectful.
Yeah.
He's a good boy. Mike's a good boy.
I heard what he was saying, but I didn't really digest it because I was looking at the fact that every button on his shirt had another button right next to it.
Was he wearing his double-breasted?
It was a double-breasted shirt, which I don't think I've ever seen before.
You saw it on last month on the other episodes. They always have their double-breasted shirts on.
Oh, wow.
See,
I didn't look down that far then.
I believe the story is that Mike wanted some shirts that were influenced by some Westerns, I want to say John Wayne movies, and that's what the costume department did. He was like,
interesting.
Kind of what I was asking for, but okay. So, yeah, they get those double-breasted
Tangent. In Back to the Future 2, when Doc Brown is trying to blend in with the people in 2015, he's wearing 2 ties at once. No. Yes, he is. He is wearing 2 ties at once. And so is old Marty.
Oh. I never saw that movie.
Have you seen Back to the Future 3?
No.
Okay, then.
Because I saw Back to the Future 1 and I was like,
weird.
You know what? This was great. I'm good.
It was great. Yeah. Whereas I could not wait for the sequel.
This podcast is really exposing all the things I haven't seen. I used to think I was really good at pop culture, and now I'm like, nope, haven't seen it. Don't get that reference.
Have you seen Back to the Future, the animated series?
There was an animated series?
Yeah. How many seasons were there? 1.
Wow.
I'm asking the guy who doesn't talk on the show.
When was that?
Oh, only a couple years after Back to the Future 3. Yeah.
I associate that movie with Arkansas, and here's why.
Okay.
It was one of those summers where I had to go to Arkansas, which is where my parents are from and where my grandparents live. So I knew I was going to be spending a lot of times in a little house in the country on Route something with nothing to do. So I went to the library and I checked out a gazillion books. One of them, the novelization of Back to the Future.
Yeah.
So I associate Back to the Future with Arkansas.
So in the first chapter of that novelization, he's watching a scary educational film about nuclear bombs and stuff. And the reason they did that is because in one of the earlier scripts, the time travel components were not so much powered by plutonium as they were by a large blast of radiation.
Wow.
And in the end of the movie, he has to drive, I believe the quote is, faster than a jackrabbit with its ass on fire over to Minnesota in order to get there in time for a nuclear bomb test so that he can get Back to the Future.
I don't
There's
remember
no clock tower in that version of the
any
script.
of that.
Well, you're not supposed to.
I read...
The book is an amalgamation of
okay.
the
That's
way the
cool
movie came
to know.
out.
I read a lot of movie novelizations at that age. I remember being very upset about Pretty in Pink and how they changed the ending.
How'd they change the ending?
Famously, she ends up with Ducky.
In the book?
In the book.
Okay.
And I think it was filmed that way as well.
And
the audience was like, ugh,
really?
Why?
Really?
And so they redid it.
Okay.
So I was all set to watch this movie.
Yeah.
Where she ends up with that cool Ducky dude. And I was like, wait, what?
That's a gut punch.
Yeah.
I believe I read the novelization of The Abyss before I saw the movie.
Ooh. Wow.
It came with schematics. That's all I really remember.
Oh, back to the show. Okay. So,
after the war, I went back to New York.
After the war, I went back to the Monkees. All right. So, and then it's sad romp.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
The song that I always hated. You know why? Because this part of the show was boring to young Tekurah.
Uh-huh.
Super boring to watch Davy mope around on the beach with a slow love song. Ew, said young Tekurah.
Me too. Sad songs were the worst part of childhood.
And
that's all my sister played on the piano at me.
I'm sorry.
The Rose?
Wait, which
by
one?
Bette Midler?
Is that the They Say Love? Is that
Yeah.
one? Yeah, that song's boring.
Thank you.
So
that makes me feel really good.
I don't care for that song. And the lyrics to the song, this is a very 60s love song because it's like, hey, I like you, but I want to be free. I hate it so much.
Yeah.
It's so like, hey, free love, babe. Come on. Gosh, I hate that song.
But once again, that's not what the visuals were.
No, the visuals are Davy on the beach, remembering the good times with the guys.
He puts his jacket on and then the jacket's gone right away. And he's just in his red shorts. But sometimes the jacket comes back, but mostly he's in his shorts, kicking sand.
Yeah. And then sometimes I was like, oh, his jacket's on. How did his jacket get on? Hey, a beach ball. Hey, the guys are there. Oh, that's a flashback.
Yeah.
I was thrown.
He thinks about that time that they were wearing the wrestling singlets, which I guess is in a different episode. Because it was in the romp in the previous one too.
Wait, what wrestling singlets? Which one is the stripy pants?
Yeah,
the old fashioned beach.
The red and black.
Yes, it's the old fashioned beach.
Oh, okay.
Outfit with the suspenders.
Looked like wrestling.
Oh no, I think those
or they were doing
suspenders.
some wrestling.
Yeah, they did a lot of wrestling.
And then there's a camel.
Yes, some romp footage.
A couple of toddlers show up from out of frame.
I think that's from Saturday's Child. I know whenever they play Saturday's Child, they always have a lot of kids. There's like a romp where they play with kids.
Oh.
So I think that's what that was from. I don't think those were random beach children that just wandered into the shot. I think those might have been.
I really wish. I don't wish. I'm not going to waste a wish on this, but
Okay.
I would like to know how the modern target audience at the time felt about these disjointed visuals being paired with a sad song about. And when he came back, he had been crying.
Oh yeah, his eyes were red.
That was a actor who had been crying.
Davy Jones does not play, ladies and gentlemen. He is into this. You know, he was nominated for a Tony. Did he win a Tony? I think he might have won a Tony for
Cool.
The Artful Dodger.
Oh.
In Oliver.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. So Davy Jones.
Wow.
Yeah. Serious actor.
Sweet.
So, sad song. Is gonna go home. Grandpa. With Grandpa.
All these nouns are true.
I'm trying to get myself back. I'm trying to get myself back on track. And the sad goodbyes.
Yeah.
So sad. So sad. Tells Mickey, I don't like goodbyes. Mickey says, okay, welcome to America, Davy.
That was so nice.
Oh, it hurts.
It was as it was approaching as painful as it was when Giles left Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Okay.
Except that happened in like season 6.
Stop pointing out things that I do not watch and have not seen.
I'm sorry I didn't cover the bibliography before I showed it.
I'm gonna have to write up like a writer, just like do not mention the following programs.
Long story short, they didn't know he was leaving, so they had to rush over to the airport, and they stopped to get presents at like a 7-Eleven. So they ended one of them gave him these little finger puppets, and they're little monsters, and she's like, look, they go grr, arg, which is
the credit,
which is what they showed at the end credits.
Oh,
that was hella good fourth wall breaking,
nice
or ish.
Yes,
fourth wall window peeking.
Oh, that works.
Sure.
Back to goodbyes. Mike, what does Mike say? I don't remember. He says, be good. Oh, be good. And then
they try to convince themselves that England will be good for him and that he'll actually be better off.
Oh, but Peter has brought a parachute for Davy.
Oh, yeah.
Gives him a parachute in case Grandpa changes his mind on the plane. I don't know. I'm not even gonna. It's not even worth it, people. So
Peter's ideas are outlandish. I like that about him.
So Grandpa can't understand why Davy's all sad at the airport. Why are you sad? What's wrong, kid?
We're going back to where you can get clotted cream.
Oh, I love clotted cream.
Hell yeah, you do.
Yeah, clotted cream. And then the boys we see them from behind, back at the pad on the pool patio. And they're talking about how Davy's going to be better off. And then they turn around. Oh, they're all crying. Men cry. Isn't that wacky? Men crying. Funny.
Once again, I don't think there was a laugh track there, but maybe
there wasn't. But it was comic. They were making comical crying.
It was way too many
faces.
tears.
Yeah. Mike's face is just drenched in water. And so they're like, maybe he won't make that plane. And then it's hijinks at the airport. Because, wow, can you imagine trying to do hijinks at the airport now?
No. Wow. I ran for a plane in August of 2001.
Wow.
And I wouldn't be able to run for that plane anymore. It's too much stuff gets in the way. So at least I got to have that excitement.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
Running. It made me think of another sad thing because was it Hertz that OJ Simpson used to do the commercials?
Oh, sure.
For Hertz, and he was running through the airport, leaping over things.
Oh yeah. Nope.
Yep, that's ruined.
Dangerous.
And then clotted cream. Let's go back to clotted cream, everybody.
Okay.
When I was in college, I was fortunate enough to go on a trip to Europe.
Yay.
It was a music tour. We were going to go through Eastern Europe. And thank you, Mom and Dad. And so we were on British Airways. And I was so excited. Never left the country, really. And we were being served scones with clotted cream
Yum.
on the plane as we landed. And I was like, yes, this is the best thing. And my fellow students in front of me, ew, what is this? Clotted cream. What does that mean?
It sounds gross.
And I'm like, pass it, pass it. I'll take it. And that was my first inkling of oh, Americans are terrible. We are terrible.
I mean, in this particular instance, generally, yes, you're right. Statistically, we're the worst. But the only association we have with the word clot is blood.
Do you have to loudly complain about the
No,
food you
you
were
don't.
getting on an airplane
No, you don't.
amongst other Brits for whom this is normal? I was just like, wow, I'm with you. I'm with you for like another couple of weeks. I'm forced to socialize with things did not get better. Okay.
We went to a Betty's tea room in England.
Yeah.
And I had Earl Grey tea probably for the first time.
Oh.
And it's 5 times better than Earl Grey tea is here for some reason. I don't know why.
Really?
And yeah, the scones and jam and I talk about this sometimes on Twitter, and I have some friends in Australia that are like, well, you could just make it. You could make your own clock. I don't know. It sounds like work.
Yeah, no, thank you. I don't want to.
Just want to buy it.
Yeah. I tried to make scones once. That was terrible.
What if you made it twice?
I don't like baking. I don't know why. You know why I thought I could bake? Watching British
Oh, yeah.
baking. I was like, I could do it. No, I hate it.
Okay.
I
If you
forgot.
hate it, then don't do it.
I really hate. I don't like dough in my fingernails.
It's
gross.
weird. Yeah, it's super weird.
All right, back to this show.
They make gloves.
These are the most fun digressions.
Oh, good.
I am really enjoying this, Jay.
I'll ramp it up a notch.
No, but I'll forget. I'm honestly forgetting. Like, well, we watched a TV show. All right, Monkees. So, so they go to the airport and they're gonna mess things up, and hijinks ensue. So Peter,
Mickey tries to sell bad tickets. He tries to sell tickets badly.
yes, he just throws tickets and luggage tags. Peter drives off with his luggage somewhere. I don't know how he got it back.
You were talking earlier about how one of the directors taught them improv.
Yes.
And I remember thinking at the time, like, I don't remember a whole lot of improv, but the part where Mickey's writing on the board,
Yes.
I thought he did a great job.
Mickey is very funny.
Just like mumbling and saying,
Just-
oh, of course, I wear the Spanish
just-
on the 40 collect on the Tuesday.
Mickey, here's the thing. I don't think Mickey even still to this day knows how funny he is.
Yeah.
Because I believe I was listening to an interview of his sister, Coco Dolan's, and somebody was saying that, like, oh, why didn't Mickey ever become a stand-up comedian? Why didn't he go into comedy? And she said that, well, he doesn't like, he likes to do things that are written for written by other people.
Yeah.
He doesn't think I'm like, no, Mickey.
Well, some comedians do that anyway.
But yeah, I'm like, he's still. I'm pretty sure the words of that weird improv that wasn't written for him.
Couldn't have been written.
Right. Mickey Dolenz, you're funnier than you give yourself credit.
We would like to pay you for your comedic services, Mickey Dolenz.
Mickey Dolenz, come be wacky.
I might know some people who could get him on your show. You're probably going to want to edit this
I
out.
don't want that.
Okay.
I don't want that.
Okay.
I'm a good business person. Of course I want Mickey Dolenz.
You don't want to make him watch the show? Is that it?
No, I think I would just be a pile of sweat.
Ah, okay.
I would just be sweating, and you hear how good I am with the English language now. Can you imagine? God.
Fair enough.
No, but yeah, that would be awesome. That would be awesome. I just, gotta let it go that.
Maybe after
I'm
you've
an
watched
awkward
all, how
human.
many seasons?
Oh,
And how many episodes per season?
there's 2, but there's 1 billion episodes per season.
Okay.
They really overworked these poor boys. They really
That's
did.
a big box. Where I'm looking at this box set.
Yeah, it has the movie on it.
What movie?
It has the TV movie and the actual
Oh.
film movie. They were supposed to do 3 movies in their contract, and then people were like, this is over.
Does it have? And it doesn't have the weird '80s revival of the show.
It doesn't, and I love that, and I
Were there
want
only
that.
3 of them?
Only 3 what?
Monkeys in that version.
No,
Okay.
no, all 4 were there. I think there was like at least.
I remember Mike being really calm.
Yeah, 58 episodes.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
Cool.
Yeah. I really love the 80s. I think Mike wrote it. People hate it. I think it's great.
I don't think I watched the whole thing.
I love it.
I remember there being a nice beach and Mike Nesmith just being cool.
Yeah, nobody cooler.
And that was probably the first time that I have this weird thing where I don't know when people are British or American. Like in an entertainment aspect, like they made a big deal, obviously, in this particular episode of Davy being the English one.
Yes.
But as a kid, I don't think I would have really made a distinction like,
Yeah, that's right.
Like name a British band. Like I don't think of Pink Floyd as being British, except when they're singing
that is
about
weird.
being in school in England.
And then you're like, oh yeah, that's not right. Because everything that's American is right. Yeah. Oh, okay. What were we talking about? The Monkees.
England.
The airport hijinks.
Yeah.
And I swear I don't remember ever seeing this. I don't remember this as a kid. I mean, it was probably so confusing at the time that I blocked it out. Peter coming in as Icarus
That was
in this
so weird.
weird toga-like thing.
Yeah.
And black bird wings, like a weird crow.
And he had a head
bandage on his head. And he's just saying, don't fly.
Don't fly. You'll get too close to the sun.
It was probably his idea. You know what I'm thinking now that I'm thinking? That was probably Peter Tork's improvised contribution to the script.
They needed
because it's so weird.
They needed another thing to chase the British guy around with.
But Icarus? That's so weird.
Yeah.
Like what? I'm trying to think. What would be? He could have. Well, you know what? He could have been like a wacky stewardess. That would have been fun. Put him in a dress.
I think he was in a dress. To be fair,
yeah.
It was probably an approximation of a toga.
Yeah.
Let's see. What other airport jobs are there?
No, I think stewardess is the only thing you have.
Yeah.
But that would have been cute. You know, with a little drinks cart.
Oh, yeah.
See, that would have been adorable.
And the drinks could fall on the ground.
Yes.
People could slip on the ice.
People could hurt themselves.
I think these guys are doing a lot of their own stunts.
Oh, yes. Oh, they definitely are.
Yeah, probably because they couldn't afford
They're
stunt
not
people.
going to hire people. They got some teenagers to do a TV show.
And during the romp, they were doing tricks on a swing set.
Yeah, because they're young men.
And I could see a couple of places where they cut right before a bad thing happened.
Oh, falling on the beach on their heads.
Yeah, and Davy definitely fell down at some point. I'm like, oh, that was actually Davy Jones falling down.
Yes, they do fall quite a bit.
Good for them.
Peter falls when they're doing the jump rope.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they do fall. Yeah, so they think they're going to keep Grandpa from getting on the plane. And then Davy will have to stay.
I thought the plan was let's go steal Davy.
That would be so much simpler.
Because they said, I don't think he's going to make that plane, and then cut to the airport and
that's like, no,
but what they're trying to do is just keep the grandfather from getting on the plane, and I don't know what that would accomplish.
Yeah, he would just get another flight, you guys. But instead, Grandpa's impressed. He's like, oh, you've got good friends here. Then Mickey, what? The disguises didn't work? Mickey is shocked that his weird mustache did not fool Grandpa.
That was a pretty oily mustache. It was falling halfway down his lip.
And the gall to do an English accent in front of somebody actually from England.
Yeah,
wow, Mickey, really? So Grandpa's impressed. They really love Davy. He's got good friends. He can stay. Davy's like, oh, what about that other ticket? Won't you be lonely? Nah, because that lady is really a lady. Lady comes back.
The real lady came back.
The real lady comes back, and they're in love, I guess.
She's smitten.
Yeah. So she's just going to hop on a plane.
And has no responsibilities.
And has not changed
America.
clothes.
No, for sure.
Yeah. And so we think we're done. It's a fake out. We think, oh, problem is solved. And then we're in the park where the Friends Fountain is. Where the Friends Fountain was, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh.
And Mike is trimming his pom-pom on his wool hat.
That was cool.
It's very cute. And then they're like, oh, you know what we should have done? Dave's grandpa is here. We should have played music for him. And then all of a sudden they have instruments and then old people. But are they really old people? No. No, they're not.
Two of them.
Two or three
Two
of them
are over 40.
And then it's just like your usual 20-year-old extras with gray wigs on.
The coal beards.
It's just...
Is it coal? No, it's...
What is that?
Comes in a wine bottle. Cork,
yes. Comes in a wine. We're playing charades. Wine.
You burn a cork and then you dab it on your face. And then you're in a Fiddler on the Roof. For example.
Mm-hmm.
Or Oliver.
All right, that was my fiddler. And so then there's a romp. Sweet Young Thing is the song. Sweet Young Thing, one of my favorite Mike songs. Mm-hmm. I really like that song. I like the way he sings thing. I enjoy that.
So I do this thing with new music where I'm not going to hear the lyrics the first time. I'm way into whatever the melody is. Mm-hmm. So what's that song about?
Girls. No.
Well, maybe just one.
About a girl. Yeah. Like, yeah, you're really cool. And I think I love you. That's basically the song.
All right.
Yeah, I really like that. It's got some weird 60s lyrics in it. Like the seeds of doubt you planted have started to grow wild, and I feel that I must yield before the wisdom of a child. What?
Yield before the wisdom.
Of a child. That was
Okay.
what? I don't get that part, but it sounds good.
Yeah, it does. Pop lyrics aren't supposed to make sense all the time.
True. It's upsetting. As a young music fan, it was very upsetting to find out that your favorite musicians were like, I don't know what I meant. You're like, what?
Yeah, right.
I've been analyzing this song.
It's not obla-di obla-da. He got hair down below his knees. What's that?
Come together.
Okay. I always thought those lyrics were a mystery and must be some
deep
stuff.
Yeah.
And then the Beatles rock band came out.
Oh, so beautiful.
And you can hear them like rehearsing that song with totally different lyrics.
Oh.
They were just making it up on the day.
Wow.
Yeah.
That stinks. I'm sorry.
Still catchy.
Yeah. That video game like made me cry.
Yeah.
It was so gorgeous.
I haven't played it.
What?
How dare you mention something that I have no relationship with? I did play a lot of the original Rock Band.
But the Beatles Rock Band was gorgeous.
Yeah.
Like the opening. Did you watch like the little opening video, whatever?
No.
Oh, it's so good.
I watched Ringo Starr say, "This is a pretty good game."
Okay. Well, that's the experience. Got it. That's it in a nutshell.
The game is good, I think is what he said.
It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. The art is good. Well, you know what? Now I watch it now and I'm probably like, this is crap now since technology. But at the time, it was beautiful and it made me tear up. It was so beautiful.
I had a similar experience with a sort of game that was all about Sting's music.
Oh.
I don't know what it was called.
What?
It would have been coming out roughly after Fields of Gold. It was on CD-ROM. There were two of them, I think. And you just sort of like explore this world and there's little bits of Sting stuff and little interviews. And there's...
Can you build a... No, wait. No,
I'm thinking of Minecraft.
No, I was saying, can you build a fortress around your heart?
There must have been a fortress at some point. But I remember there's a part where you're looking at a beach and there's turtles floating on the beach. You hit one turtle and it goes dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. You hit the other turtle, it goes dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. I did that for an hour.
That is so fun.
My girlfriend came in and she was the Sting fan. She was like, "Are you not done with those turtles?"
Oh, they were blue turtles, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh, of course. That's so fun. I have to find that. My sister was a huge Sting fan.
It was an interesting experience.
I need to.
And he explained how like he was playing the piano part for one song and then he picked up his bass and it's like, and then I tried this in reverse and it's a totally different Sting song.
What?
Yeah.
It's
very informative.
That's cool.
I
like Sting, everybody.
Sting's great.
I like his weird jazzy stuff too. Yeah, I'm taking a stand.
I haven't heard the weird jazzy stuff.
No, I mean, people didn't like Dream of the Blue. People didn't like that era, Field of Gold era. People mock it.
Really?
They mock it.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I like it. I'm old. So I think that's the end of the episode, right? Sweet Young
I have more things to say about Sting.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sting-isode. Change the name of the podcast.
What's the song where everybody's jammed into a room on a boat in the music video?
We're talking Sting or Police?
The Sting, for sure.
I don't know.
Oh, well.
Everybody's jammed in a boat. Oh, wait. Something's coming to me.
There's an old priest. There's two priests in it, and they're mentioned in the lyrics.
I can. I've got a hint of a melody in my head, but I can't. Wow. I can't. I'm sorry.
Then I can't finish my sentiment.
Ha!
If we don't know the name of the song.
Foiled again. Oh, wanted me to remind you about money.
You're about to get to the part where I need to talk about money. Go ahead.
All right. So I think they're romping. We get some live performance stuff. They're wearing ill-fitting suits for some reason, like big gangstery suits. The Monkees are. Oh yeah. Like weirdly fitting suits, and then Davy has on tiny sunglasses for some reason. It's very strange. I don't know what's happening there. So romping tug of war with an old lady. Oh yeah. Who was probably like 50. Right. But so old. And jump roping, falling, running, jumping over benches, running from the old people. Why were they chasing them? Why were they chasing them?
Because Benny Hill was on at the same time. I don't know.
Oh, no, it's from the Beatles. Everybody chases everybody.
Oh, it was Help.
Yeah.
I remember thinking that. I'm like, this is like Help.
There's always chasing. And then we're like, oh, clearly this is the end of the episode. We got to the end of Sweet Young Thing. Mike goes, gah, for the end of the word thing. And, oh no, it's another minute short. we have interview with Mr. Davy Jones. It starts off with Mike saying something, and then Davy Jones comes walking, and Mike's like, why are you coming from over there?
Yeah.
And then
I did not know what was happening.
And then Davy's like, well, I had to go to the bathroom. He was like really embarrassed. And then they're asking Davy about going back to England and
the real Davy Jones.
The real Davy Jones. Yes, this is like the post.
They're behind the cameras.
Yes, behind the scenes interviews, and they keep cutting to Peter laughing, not saying anything, just Peter laughing, Peter enjoying himself. And they ask him about going home, flying home, and his sister not recognizing him because his hair was so long.
Mm-hmm.
And then about visiting. Oh wait, he asked him about his father, and he says he's a layabout, and he's like, actually, he's sick. It's like, Davy.
Oh damn.
What are you doing? First, everyone's like, haha, he's a layabout. That's so funny.
I think it was interesting that he said, he's ill, sick. I'm like, are you translating the word ill for me, an American?
Yes, you're right. And then he talks about how his dad wouldn't let him in the house because his hair was too long.
Mm-hmm.
Sent him out to get a haircut. Came back, said, nope, not short enough. Sent him out again.
That's so wild.
What
a weird hill to die on.
I don't know.
Although I guess he didn't because he got his way.
Yeah, he got his way. Yeah. And then Davey said he got him because then he bought his dad a house. So he has to let him in because his name is on the house. Oh.
How did Davey do that? Because this was episode 6 of season 1.
Tony. Don't you get money from winning a Tony? I have no idea.
Yeah.
I don't know. He probably had an album out. I think he already had a contract with, if not NBC, some production.
A solo album?
Yeah, I think he might have already had a solo album out. Because I know
the Monkees didn't put out music before the show.
No.
Okay.
But Davey, I think, already had a contract with NBC. I don't know.
Interesting.
But yeah, he already had a contract with them. With them.
And Mike's parents invented liquid paper.
Mike's mother, Betty. Whew, I almost forgot her name.
Oh no, that would have been a disaster.
Woo! Betty, yes, she did invent liquid paper.
That's
but
really
I think
cool.
that was after. Well, I mean, I think that was after. I feel like that was after the show was on.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
I'm
not sure. And
I'm just wondering, how many times did Davy buy dinner for everybody, or did they take? I don't know why I'm thinking about this.
About the monkeys hanging out.
Yeah, if there was a weird power dynamic because Davy was English and had lots of money, apparently.
There is a fun story about them all going out to eat before the show came on. Davy tells it much better than I do. And it's on YouTube somewhere. And he talks about how they all went out to dinner and they were all eating and he'd ordered a salad and they got their burgers and stuff and they're eating and he was just like appalled, like how gross they were. They're eating. And he was just like, don't you guys have any manners? It's disgusting. And then they brought out his salad. And then he got his napkin and his fork and everything. And then he just started just stuffing his face with the salad, just picking up salad with his hands and stuffing it in his face. And it's like, oh, boys. I really enjoy that story. And I think it's even dramatized in the terrible movie that they made, the Monkees movie.
Wow.
Which is terrible. Yes? Question?
Are you going to cover the movie in your show?
I don't know.
Okay.
It would be fun.
Regardless, I want to watch it.
Okay, cool.
At some point.
There are some fun parts about it. And then there's some things that are just terrible, but it's still fun terrible.
I would like to see how they take this and extend it to 80 minutes or so.
Okay, wait, which movie are you talking about?
The Monkees movie.
Okay, but you have to know that by the time we get to their movie or the movie that I was talking about that they dramatized thing, that was like a movie that was made in the 80s.
Oh.
It was like, hey, the Monkees are cool. Let's see how they made this weird movie in the 90s or something.
Oh, with actors.
Monkees. Yeah, with actual actors.
I didn't catch that.
Sorry.
Okay.
I was not clear. The movies that they made, the movie they made after the show was drug influenced. Jack Nicholson is involved. It's crazy.
Okay.
So it's not an episode.
Okay.
It's just like, you know what? We've done a lot of drugs and we're real smart. And check this out. Blow your mind. It's that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, success story.
I was just tweeting. What?
Yeah, you were tweeting.
You reminded me of something that I was just thinking about. Let's put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
How someday I'm going to have to learn to forgive Tom Petty for making that music video in which they all go around and eat the Alice cake.
Oh, that's right.
While she's struggling.
While she's crying.
And did not want to be eaten.
Yes.
And they used a fisheye lens, which makes it much, much worse. And I'm like, you know what? I have to remember that in the 80s, people had been doing drugs for 20 years and made some choices.
Yeah.
And then that's how you get the romper room, for example. Like that was the good side. But then you get moment shots on the bad side.
Moment shots.
I'm coming for you, moment shots.
Look out, moment shots. Oh man,
I'm taking you down.
So scary.
It was horrifying.
Scary, like toilet paper roll eyes. Nobody should have toilet paper roll eyes.
And then they tugged on it real quick.
Yes. Oh no, your eyes. Oh, gross. All right. So, success story.
Yeah, thanks for that.
What?
The experience of watching Success
Oh,
Story.
you're welcome. I thought you were thanking me for moment shots. I'm like, what did I do? I had nothing to do with that. All right. So, success story. That was our episode. Any favorite performances?
I liked You go first.
I felt like your song was going on. I really felt like you were going to break into song. Wait, is this the one with the neighbor? Yeah, I feel like we've been doing this for
the neighbor.
years. The neighbor lady. She's my favorite.
Yeah, I have to copy you. That was great.
I need some hot dogs.
She was a stereotype of something. I'm not sure what, but we saw it a lot.
Yeah.
In 60s stuff. Hey, how's it go?
Hi. It's like these rolls are rubber.
How does that voice go? It's not an accent. It's just a way of being. I can't follow the same house how pod.
What?
I'm trying to do a voice without speaking words.
Oh, that was very good.
Prisen calls an incidentals Cusol.
Is that Italian song?
That's that. Except it's not Italian.
Well, isn't the singer Italian?
I believe he is.
Okay,
yeah.
That's why I called it an Italian song.
Okay, fair enough.
Nice.
You got me there.
Woohoo! I win.
Will you put that in the show notes too? Prisen calls an incidentals Cusol.
That's a catchy tune.
It really is so much fun. I wish it didn't fade out at the end.
Oh, does it? Hey, speaking of fade outs,
yeah,
the Monkees are really good at fading out at the end of their songs.
Yeah.
It's really cool. You know something cute about Andy Partridge?
No.
Andy Partridge of XTC, when he admitted when he first got in the recording studio, he honestly thought like bands just played softer and softer.
Oh, that's amazing.
So adorable. I love that. On that note, I think we're going to wrap it up.
Okay, I'll stop talking.
No, it's okay. You can still talk because we want to know, where can we enjoy more of this Jay Frosting fellow?
Oh, you know what? Google Jay Frosting and click on the thing that seems most interesting.
Okay. And I would recommend, even though they're a few years old, Them Weekly on YouTube. Is that still up?
It's still up. It's all at bloopgroup.com.
Ah, it's so good.
Bloop. BLOOP. Not very SEO friendly. Oh, well. Yeah. If you put Them Weekly in quotes.
Yeah.
And Google that, that'll show up.
It's fun stuff, everybody. Fun stuff. All right.
Lots of great guests.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna rewatch that.
Oh, thank you.
Aha.
Me too.
All right. So this has been the Monkees podcast. I'm Tekurah McCullough. That was Jay Frosting. Please subscribe and leave a rating and review on Apple Podcasts. Find us on all social media at Monkees Podcast, PAWDcast. Support the show by getting official podcast merch at dragonwagonshop.com. I almost advertised a different website.
Can't wait to find out which one. Tell me off the air.
Thanks, everybody. Enjoy some more Monkees next time. Bye.
Hi, this is Wingman Steve.
Hi, this is Lily.
And you should listen to High School Never Ends, which is a podcast about
pop punk music.
You might hear me and Lily talk about some of our favorite bands like
Blink-182 and Yellow Card.
Tune in every other Thursday. Follow us on social media at HSNEPod. And don't just do it for me.
Do it for Lily.
It's Dragon Wagon.